Hey there, friends. Welcome to another episode of Speak English Podcast. I'm David, and today, as always, I'm joined by the amazing Sarah.
Hey everyone! I'm so excited to be here. And if you've ever felt nervous, awkward, or just not yourself when speaking English, you are definitely in the right place today.
Yes, because today we're talking about something every English learner wants: how to speak naturally and confidently. No more sounding like a robot. No more freezing when it's your turn to talk. We're going to help you sound relaxed, fluent, and more like yourself, but in English.
And don't worry, you don't need perfect grammar or a fancy accent to speak well. We're going to show you some powerful techniques that actually work. It's going to be fun, simple, and super useful.
But before we dive in, do us a quick favor. If you enjoy learning with us, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss a tip. Every episode is here to help you move closer to your fluency goals. And hey, if you're ready to speak English naturally, this is where it starts.
So let's get into it. First, we'll explain what it really means to speak English naturally, and why most learners make it harder than it needs to be.
When we talk about speaking English naturally and confidently, we're not just talking about grammar or vocabulary. We're talking about the way you deliver your message, your tone, rhythm, and flow. It's how you speak in real conversations, not just how much you know.
Exactly. Speaking naturally means using the kinds of expressions, contractions, and connected speech that people use every day. It's about sounding relaxed and real, not like you're reading a script or reciting from memory. That's the key difference many learners overlook.
And confidence doesn't mean speaking perfectly. It means speaking without fear. It means allowing yourself to make mistakes, but still keep going. Real confidence grows when you start using English in daily situations and see that people actually understand you.
The truth is, many learners focus only on learning new words or studying grammar rules. But natural and confident speaking comes from listening, repeating, and practicing real phrases the way they're used in real life. That's the foundation of this technique.
This method is based on training your brain and mouth to work together. You do that by listening to native speech, imitating the way words are grouped and stressed, and using those same patterns in your own sentences. It's how fluency becomes automatic over time.
You don't need a special talent to speak well. What you need is the habit of repeating short, natural phrases every day. The more you do this, the more comfortable you become. And little by little, your speaking will feel smoother and more authentic.
Another key point is letting go of the fear of sounding wrong. Instead of trying to speak perfectly, try to speak clearly and naturally. That's what real communication is all about. Being understood and connecting with people, not impressing them.
And now that you know how the technique works, let's take it one step further. We'll show you some practical examples of what natural and confident English actually sounds like, so you can hear the difference and start practicing it right away.
Let's start with a very common phrase. I don't know. Most learners pronounce every single word clearly. I do, not know. But native speakers usually say it as I don't know or I don't know in a very relaxed, connected way. That's what natural English sounds like.
Exactly. And here's another one. Instead of saying, I am going to eat, most people say, I'm gonna eat. You hear this every day in real conversations, movies, and even interviews. Using phrases like this helps your English sound way more real and confident.
Let's take one more. What do you want to do? When spoken naturally, it often becomes, what do you want to do? That might sound strange at first, but this is how fluent English is spoken. The words connect, and the rhythm becomes much smoother.
You can try this with simple sentences like, I have to go. Instead of saying it word by word, say, I have to go. The meaning is the same, but the delivery is more fluid. These small changes help you sound more natural without changing your message at all.
And don't forget about intonation. Let's say you want to sound interested. You could say, really, with a rising tone. Or if you want to show agreement, you could say, yeah, totally, with a falling, relaxed tone. The way you say something adds confidence, too.
Here's one more. If someone says, how are you? Instead of answering with, I am fine, thank you, which sounds a bit formal and robotic, try, I'm good, thanks. You? It's quick, natural, and sounds like real everyday English, the kind people actually use.
So, as you've heard, natural speech is all about flow and connection. You're not changing the meaning. You're just delivering your message in a way that's easier to understand and feels more like the English people use every day.
And once you start practicing these examples daily, you'll begin to notice your confidence growing too. But why is this technique so powerful? In the next part, we'll break down the real benefits of speaking English this way.
One of the biggest benefits of speaking English naturally is that people understand you more easily. When your speech flows like a native speaker's, listeners don't have to work hard to follow what you're saying. Communication becomes smoother and less stressful for everyone.
Another powerful benefit is that your confidence grows naturally. When you use phrases that sound fluent and you realize people are reacting positively, it gives you the motivation to keep going. That emotional boost is what many learners are missing.
It also helps you stop translating in your head. When you practice natural patterns over and over, your brain starts recognizing them automatically. You stop thinking about grammar and start focusing on the message, which is exactly what fluent speakers do.
And here's something interesting. When you speak naturally, people often assume your English level is higher than it really is. It's not just about vocabulary or grammar, it's about how you speak. Fluency in delivery often sounds more impressive than perfect accuracy.
This approach also makes conversations more fun and relaxed. Instead of feeling tense or robotic, you start enjoying the flow of interaction. That emotional shift changes everything, from casual chats to job interviews or presentations in English.
Plus, speaking naturally makes it easier to connect with others. You sound more human, more approachable. People feel comfortable talking with you, and that leads to better friendships, better teamwork, and even better opportunities in your personal and professional life.
You'll also become a better listener. As you train your ear to recognize natural speech, your understanding of fast conversations, jokes, and real-life expressions improves. It's a cycle. The more naturally you speak, the more English you can comfortably handle.
So now that you know how powerful this technique is, let's move on to something really practical. We'll guide you step by step on how to practice speaking naturally and confidently every single day, even if you only have a few minutes.
The first step is simple. Choose short, natural phrases that native speakers actually use. These can be greetings, questions, or everyday expressions like, sounds good, let's do it, or I'm not sure. Keep a list and practice saying them out loud every day.
Next, listen carefully to how native speakers say these phrases. Don't just focus on the words. Notice how they connect, where the stress goes, and what the rhythm sounds like. You can find great examples in podcasts, movies, or even short YouTube videos.
Then comes the fun part. Imitation. Repeat what you hear, trying to copy the tone, speed, and flow. Don't worry about being perfect. Just try to match the music of the language. This shadowing technique is one of the most effective ways to sound more natural.
After that, record yourself. It might feel strange at first, but it's an excellent way to hear your own progress. Play it back, compare it with the original, and notice what's getting better and what needs more practice. Small changes can make a big difference.
You can also take 5 to 10 minutes each day to practice in front of a mirror. Say your favorite phrases with emotion, as if you're talking to a friend. This helps your mouth and face get used to speaking with expression, which boosts both fluency and confidence.
Another great step is to use the phrases in real or simulated conversations. Talk to a friend, a teacher, or even to yourself. Use the same expressions repeatedly until they feel natural. Repetition is what turns new phrases into second nature.
Don't forget to mix listening and speaking. For example, you can listen to a sentence, pause the audio, and repeat it out loud. This combination helps your brain connect the sound of English with the movement of your mouth. And that's when fluency starts to grow.
Now, before you go all in, it's important to know what not to do. In the next part, we'll show you some common mistakes learners make when trying to speak naturally and how you can avoid them to make faster progress.
One common mistake is overthinking. Every sentence before speaking. Learners often try to build perfect grammar in their head first, and by the time they're ready to speak, the moment has passed. Instead, practice short, automatic phrases you can use without hesitation.
Another mistake is trying to speak too fast. Many people believe that fluency means speed, but that's not true. Speaking naturally doesn't mean rushing. It's about rhythm, clarity, and connection. Focus on sounding smooth, not fast, and you'll actually sound more fluent.
Some learners rely too much on reading instead of listening. Reading helps with vocabulary, but it doesn't train your ear for how real English sounds. If you only read, you miss the natural flow, connected speech, and rhythm that are key for sounding confident.
There's also the fear of sounding silly when you imitate native speech. Learners worry about exaggerating sounds or expressions, but the truth is, exaggeration during practice helps your brain and mouth adjust. Don't be afraid to sound too expressive when practicing.
Another trap is translating from your native language. This habit slows you down and makes your speech sound unnatural. Instead of building sentences word by word, focus on learning full chunks or phrases. That's how real fluency begins to grow.
And don't forget, perfectionism is a big enemy. Some people wait until they feel ready or perfect before trying to speak. But fluency doesn't come from waiting. It comes from doing. Make mistakes, keep going, and treat every conversation as practice.
Also, be careful not to compare your progress to others. Everyone's learning journey is different. Just because someone speaks faster or knows more words doesn't mean you're behind. What matters is consistency and staying focused on your own growth.
Now that you know what to avoid, let's put your learning into action. In the next part, we'll give you a simple but powerful challenge you can try today to start speaking more naturally and confidently, even if you're practicing alone.
Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, pick 3 natural English phrases every morning. Write them down, say them out loud, and use them at least 3 times during your day. It can be during a conversation or just when you're thinking out loud.
Don't choose long or complex phrases. Keep it real. Things like, "That makes sense," "I'm not sure yet," or "Let me think about it." These are the kind of expressions that people use every day, and they help your speech sound natural without overthinking.
Once you've chosen your 3 phrases, record yourself saying them in the morning, then again in the evening. Compare both recordings to hear your improvement. You'll start noticing more confidence, better rhythm, and more natural pronunciation.
If you want to go further, create a mini dialogue using your chosen phrases. Imagine a short situation, like asking for help, making a decision, or giving advice, and speak it out. This will help you connect phrases in real contexts and make them stick.
Remember, this challenge isn't about perfection. It's about building fluency with small, repeatable actions. The more often you hear and say these phrases, the more automatic they'll become. And that's how real, confident speaking develops.
And don't worry if it feels weird at first. You're training your brain to operate differently, to think in English patterns instead of translating. Every time you speak out loud, you're reprogramming your fluency muscle. That's a big win.
So whether you're commuting, cooking, walking, or relaxing, take a few moments to say your phrases out loud. It's fast, it's simple, and it works. You don't need a partner, a classroom, or a perfect plan. Just your voice and some consistency.
You've got this. And in the final part of this episode, we'll wrap everything up with a quick summary, a boost of motivation, and a reminder that natural, confident English is absolutely possible for you, no matter where you're starting from.
Today we shared a powerful technique to help you speak English more naturally and confidently. We talked about what the technique is, how it works, why it matters, and gave you a step-by-step guide to practice. Plus, you learned the most common mistakes to avoid.
And you even got a simple 7-day challenge that you can start right now. Something small you can do every day to take your fluency to the next level. If you've been with us this far, we know you're serious about improving your English, and we're proud of you.
If you found this episode helpful, let us know in the comments. What part of today's podcast helped you the most? Your feedback means a lot to us and helps us bring you even better content. So don't be shy, share your thoughts below.
And hey, if you watched until the end, it means you truly want to improve your English fluency. So write the word naturally in the comments so we know you're one of the committed learners. We'd love to see how many of you are in this together.
Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That way, you won't miss any of our upcoming episodes. We post weekly tips and techniques to help you practice, improve, and speak English with confidence.
Thanks for joining us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, natural and confident English is not just a dream. It's a skill you're building every single day. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care.